Caitlin Clark called out by USA Today columnist for annoying antics. USA Today columnist Nancy Armour made people confused and sometimes downright angry with a new column she wrote about Caitlin Clark and her flopping in WNBA games. In her column, Armour asserted that Clark's histrionics on the court and repeated calls for more fouls are putting other people in danger. Indiana Fever all-star Caitlin Clark and her enablers must take the rest of us for idiots. Armour began. The fouls they claim occurred, the contusion she says she suffered, the technicals that aren't deserved. Clark doesn't suddenly become invisible when she's involved in a physical play, so we can see what actually happened, which is that Clark is flopping, and her histrionics, while doing so, are putting other people in danger. The argument, Armour asserted that Clark's rants and histrionics are dangerous because they give a white nationalist faction of Clark's fandom an excuse to see Clark as a white woman in need of saving and take matters into their own hands. She pointed to the abuse and threats that Alyssa Thomas received for pressing on Clark's throat in that infamous Mercury Fever game in June. It seems there is a white nationalist faction of Clark's fandom that is deeply, deeply problematic, made even more so because the WNBA is made up predominantly of black women, many of them queer. When Clark claims fouls that don't exist, when she goes on profanity-laced tirades at referees, those racists see her as a white woman in need of saving and take matters into their own hands, Armour wrote. She then wrote a rather large paragraph invoking the infamous murder of Emmett Till to say that Clark should recognize the broader implications of her actions being weaponized. It's pretty clear that Armour is trying to warn that Clark and the WNBA are feeding into a more aggressive and perhaps dangerous element of online discourse by flopping to the point of having people make threats against the players who foul her. But judging by the response that Armour's opinion piece has generated online, she went way too far in trying to make her point.